Yo, what up, Night Nation? Just want to do a video because I hit 10,000 followers, obviously a milestone number for the account. I've been running this account now since 2016. I think I've told this story a couple times, but basically there was an account I followed. This is when Instagram, I guess, was just really starting to get, fan accounts, follower accounts, or influencers, if you want to call it that, back in 2016. And I followed this account, Miami Heat Updates, which is kind of the inspiration for the name Updates. And he just did like an excellent job with Miami Heat content. And I've always had a huge passion for UCF dating back to 2007 when I was a freshman. And basically I went to my first ever game, which was UCF Texas, the first game in the on-campus stadium, and basically just fell in love with UCF football from that moment on. And I kind of, always wanted to have something like a blog or something along those lines where I could just kind of talk more about UCF. Also, that time frame from 2007 to 2016, there wasn't a lot of UCF fans. I had very few friends that I could kind of, shoot the stuff with when it comes to UCF sports and UCF football. And at that time, the UCF social media community wasn't the size that it is now. So there was very little ways for me to do that other than maybe a couple friends that I have that have a passion for UCF as well. So kind of just one day got the idea at work to start the Instagram account. It was basically a few months, I want to say, before the first Frost, or Frost's first season. And for a while there I had a few hundred followers. And it's funny, the content back then, I always think the content in terms of the writing was always very strong, because that's, I'm a journalism major. I covered UCF while I was in school. That's always been a strong suit of mine. But the photos, the photography was, a lot worse. I was using, I can't remember, I was using some app and it was just really horrible when I look back. And obviously for a long time, never did any videos or showed my face. I might have done a couple pictures, didn't really utilize stories. I don't even think stories existed back then on Instagram. Reels definitely didn't exist, and videos in general weren't as prevalent as they are today. So, I just wanted to say, first off, thank you everyone who's been there since day one, or, thank you if you started following me yesterday for me to get to 10K. It's been definitely a journey of doing this now, I guess 8 years, which is crazy to say. I've had fun the entire time. I really enjoy reporting on UCF, giving my opinion, my analysis, and I think you guys really enjoy the content, which I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I might still do this even if I only had a couple hundred followers. Probably still would, just because I enjoy it, but it is really rewarding, getting feedback and getting engagement from the rest of UCF Nation, because that was really my goal, was to be able to talk about UCF with other people. I don't want this to be a broadcast. I like it to be, I speak to everyone, and people speak back to me. That's why I pretty much answer every single message and try to write back on every single comment, because I really enjoy the back and forth. And I know obviously a lot about UCF football and the history, but I learn a lot from you guys as well. Just, you guys have some really good insight and opinions as well. And, the feedback I've gotten over the years has been really, really good. And, everyone that consistently messages me or comments on posts or shares and likes it, I really appreciate it. It's great to see. It's, like I said, it's rewarding for the hard work. I don't get paid to do this, and I don't really consider it, I guess, hard work, because it's just fun for me. But, there's definitely at least a couple hours, if not more, a week that go into just writing all the posts and, creating the pictures in Canva, and filming videos like this, and even writing on the Substack blog that I have, which I don't do as frequently, but, recording YouTube videos. Then I record, the podcast somewhat infrequently, but anytime a former player's down to do it, I'm there, and I get that edited and put that up. And then I have the United Ones podcast, which isn't mine, but I'm part of it. So just, a lot of good amount of hours, I guess you could say, goes into this. So, once again, really, really appreciate, all the love and the support, on the account. Definitely would not be as fun if you guys weren't there to do it. And I hope to really continue growing the account. I don't know what that number is, but with UCF in the Big 12 now, and a lot of excitement just that's revolving around the Frost hire, and the fact that at every stage of this, we've grown as a program just so much. I mean, I look at 2016, at that time, we're in the American. We hadn't had a major bowl win yet. We hadn't had, we hadn't really finished a top 25 season or we hadn't finished a season within the top 15 ever. All the firsts that we've had just in the last 8 years alone, then moving to the Big 12 is obviously a banner moment. So I think the future is still super bright for UCF, and we're going to experience more and more firsts together, which I always said that's one of the coolest things. Like, we're going to be hopefully the generation that sees our first ever national championship. A lot of schools can't say that, or things like that. So it's really cool to see all the different firsts that we're having as a program, and that's what makes it even more exciting. And I think there's going to be more in the future when hopefully it's that first natty, that first playoff appearance, things like that. So I'm really just enthusiastic about our program and the future of it. And I think we'll continue to grow, and hopefully this account continues to grow, and we continue to post through the highs and the lows, and hopefully more highs than lows. But once again, just appreciate all the support, and go Knights, charge on.